Hello everybody, and what is going on? So today I thought it would be a good idea to do a questions and answers video, otherwise known as an Ask Mate video. But before we kick this whole thing off, I just want to give out a quick shout out to A1 Streetwear, who recently shouted me out in his latest pickup video. You know, it's over here. This is a little window to that particular video. It's a pretty cool video. So if you want to check out A1 Streetwear, he does a lot of streetwear related stuff, hence the name, then you can, because I'm going to leave a link to his channel in the description down below. So if you want to check out the checkout, then you can check out the checkout. Also, I want to give a shout out to everyone who watches my videos and everyone who leaves me questions for the Q&A videos. Ever since I started YouTube, I've always wanted to do questions and answers, and here we are. We're on our 5th Ask Mate video. That is absolutely crazy. So a massive shout out to all of you guys. You man are legends. So without further ado, let's get straight into the Q&A video. And the first question that got asked is favorite item of clothing that you own right now. And this is a super easy question to answer. Didn't require much thinking whatsoever. My favorite item of clothing that I own right now is this Palace Tri-Smudge white sweatshirt that I got in an extra large from Palace. Last one that they had in size. Have no regrets getting it in an extra large. It fits super baggy, maybe too baggy. But all of that can be forgiven when you look at this massive tri-smudge on the back. Absolutely love this piece, hence why it is my favorite at the moment. Next question, favorite Yeezys. Now, this is a little bit harder to answer, seeing that there are so many good Yeezys out there at the moment. I will say that I do have a top 3. In third place would have to be the 950s. I know, controversial. I would have those in a pirate black because I've got an outfit in mind for them. Second place would be any of the 350s. Absolutely love the Adidas Yeezys 350s. Any colorway whatsoever, super cool, super expensive though. But my all-time favorite Yeezy has to be the Nike Air Yeezy Ones Net Nets, simply because it is classic Yeezy. Absolutely love these shoes. £2,000 though, the Yeezy Ones Nets gang gang. What do you think of Raf Simons? Now, I absolutely love the Raf Simons shoes, absolutely love the Stan Smith collaborations. I don't actually know that much on Raf Simons and high fashion brands, which I should probably get to know, seeming I'm meant to be like a fashion style YouTuber person. I'm definitely going to educate myself on Raf Simons in the very near future. Don't you worry about that. Next question, your thoughts on bleached / vintage rock band tees. I'm assuming that these rock band shirts are going to be like all black, have your Metallica or your Guns N' Roses, you know, any sort of rock band there, and then you bleach these tops, resulting in white patches on the shirt. Now, I think that this can be actually a really cool look if you pair them with like some black skinny jeans and some Doc Martens. That's an outfit right there. So the bleached rock band tees is definitely a viable look. Which trick can you do on a skateboard? I haven't really been practicing on my skateboard recently. The best I can do is an ollie. Sadness. But that's where we're at the moment. I just have to master the ollie. Thoughts on Gosha. Now, I haven't really paid attention to Gosha as a brand, but I am familiar with the whole Soviet mood and that. What really got me into Gosha recently was the whole Fila and Kappa collaboration. Absolutely love those pieces with Gosha. They've done a really good job with them. So ever since then, I've been paying more attention to Gosha. So it's definitely one to watch. Or I'm late to the party. Either one. Do you prefer vintage Tommy Hilfiger or present releases? Now, this one's super easy for me. I absolutely love the vintage Tommy Hilfiger stuff, simply because I think that they have more of a casual mood to them, whereas the new Tommy Hilfiger stuff, I find them in like John Lewis and this, that and the other. I find that they've got more like of a preppy look. You've got to dress it up a little bit, whereas the vintage stuff, you can dress them up, you can dress them down. You know, there's a lot more diversity in the vintage stuff, and that's why I prefer that. Pieces of clothing you are looking to buy soon, or grails you're saving for. Now, very recently, I've been paying attention to the Pata Cross Diodora collaboration for the Olympics, or, you know, whatever that whole collaboration's about. But they're bringing out some retro looking clothes. They've got a really nice shirt / sweater out. They've got the nice jacket out, and of course, they've got the Diodora shoes. So personally, I want that whole set. I wouldn't exactly call it a grail, but it's definitely a collection I want to get my hands on. Not in a creepy way, strictly professional. Next question. Why do you follow me on Instagram? By the way, I'm glad but surprised too. Keep going, love your content. First of all, I just want to say a massive thank you. I'm glad you like the videos, I'm glad you like the channel. Secondly, I'm super vanilla when it comes to Instagram. Like, if I check out your feed and I like what I see, I'll probably follow you, and that's like my whole process when it comes to Instagram. It's not that deep, it's social media, you're done now. Thoughts on nail polish for men. Now this is a trend that popped up like years ago, ever since like the inception of metal music and rock music and, you know, that whole sort of mood. I've always found a popular colour of nail polish for men has always been black. Other colours are available, of course. But if you feel comfortable wearing nail polish and it suits your outfit and the mood of your outfit, then I'd say 100% go for it. There's nothing wrong with it whatsoever. Just do you. Next question. What do you think would be a good collab? And can you follow me, please? First of all, I will follow you on Instagram, not in real life, because that would be highly unprofessional. Secondly, I think a good collab would definitely be Pata Cross Supreme. Pata are really good with doing retro stuff and, you know, bringing back that whole mood, whereas Supreme are really good at implementing different styles and making it their own sort of thing. So bringing the two together would be a really interesting collab. I don't know if this already exists. If it does, then please let me know in the comment section down below. But I definitely think that Pata and Supreme have a lot to offer if they combine forces. Next question, favorite skateboarding trick? Now I am super boring, but I would have to say that I am really impressed with the kickflip. I know it's like a really, well, I won't say simple trick, but it's like one of those tricks that everyone's heard of. Now this is my favorite trick simply because I know how hard it is to pull off a kickflip and I appreciate the effort that goes into it. Next question, what all black shoes would you buy for like daily wear? I've always worn a pair of old school black Vans, but recently I've decided to retire those shoes and just make them my skate shoes now, and I have moved on to these Nike SB GTS's. Now I absolutely love these shoes. These are my new beaters, as you can tell by the wear. I've recently just got these shoes and I am really happy with them. In all black, they've got white hits on them and subtle Nike branding. Now I know like in more recent releases they've got like the massive swoosh that goes halfway across the shoe, like the Janoskis, etc. So that's why I think these are a breath of fresh air with the subtle branding and to just let the shoe get on with it. So these are cool. I'm gonna put this back on my foot. I thought of doing a YouTube channel, but wondered how hard it is to fit around university and work, etc. Do you find editing quite hard as well? Now, I highly encourage anyone to start a YouTube channel just to do something you like. It's a nice little project. I love doing YouTube, by the way. It's absolutely one of my favorite things to do. Also, fitting it around school, university, or work. If you have anywhere between 10 minutes to an hour to record a video, then that is more than enough time to record one, trust me. In terms of editing, it is only as hard as you make it out to be. No one is an expert on editing to start with, so it is gonna take some trial and error, but we've all got to start somewhere and it is really easy to pick up. And I hope that answers your question. If you could interview one celebrity, who would it be? Super simple answer to this, Jonah Hill. Just seems like a really funny person, especially when he did the Palace advert. That was the sickest advert of all time. Hey, let's hang out and do some hill flips later. Crazy Ollie. Next question. What generations and countries inspire you on fashion? Now, I would definitely say that the 80s and the 90s from the USA and the UK, streetwear wise. In fact, I think I've got a slight obsession with that whole time period and that whole fashion sense. Watching shows like The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air or like any sitcom from the 80s, I'm just sitting there like there's so many swags flying around. Like there's a swag here, there's a swag there, there's swags everywhere in these shows. It's amazing. So the 80s and the 90s streetwear fashion, predominantly from the USA and the UK, heavily influences me on fashion. Thoughts on bright yellow clothes? I definitely think that you can make any color work depending on your outfit, and that's a question I'm gonna throw back at you. Put your comments in the comment section down below. What outfit would you put together with a bright yellow t-shirt? Adidas Cross Palace or Reebok Cross Palace? Super simple for me. I would have to say Adidas Cross Palace, simply because I think the Adidas Cross Palace collaboration is a lot more creative than the Reebok collaboration, and those two brands really meld well together. Whereas the Reebok and Palace collaboration, the shoes that they come out with is really good, but I feel that it's not enough. It's just a normal Reebok workout shoe with just Palace hits on it. Fair enough if you're looking for that low-key sort of look, but if you want to compare the two collaborations together, I definitely think that Adidas wins that all day. Gang gang. Your three most essential pieces in your wardrobe. I'm afraid I'm gonna have to be boring here, but we're talking essentials. Plain white t-shirts because they're timeless. Vintage Tommy Hilfiger jeans, timeless. And this gold watch because this pretty much goes with everything and goes on any outfit that I wear. Yeezy Season 3 or Fear of God? Now I would have to say Fear of God, simply because I like their collection a lot more, but Yeezy Season 3 does look good in its own right, but personally Fear of God does it for me more than Yeezy does. Thoughts on the latest Palace drop? Now I'm kind of gutted, to be perfectly honest, because I really did want to go to the latest Palace drop. I had my eyes on the Palace magazine and I heard that they had some surprise Trifergs on sale on the day as well, so I'm kind of bummed out about that. Thanks for that question. But I think as far as as drops go, this was a really good drop. They did tease some pieces of clothing that I thought were really cool as well, such as that Palace shirt, which had like Palace written on the neck there, like that. I thought that was pretty cool. I would have copped that. So as salty as I may be missing the drop, I do think it was a really, really good drop. Thoughts on Off-White? It's a super cool brand. I would wear it, but it's super expensive. What's your favorite food? It's told in a hole, closely followed by fish and chips. Beautifully British. Are your friends into fashion? You've got your streetwear fashion, you've got your high fashion, you've got your high street fashion, you've got your sneakerhead, you've got your HyPeBeAsT. So I would say actually that all of my friends are into fashion, but just not necessarily my form of fashion. Next question. Do you like it when I dress up as Maya? Keep it classy. If you could have any item of clothing, no matter what the price is, what would it be? It would have to be a vintage Cool G sweater, you know, them old school ones that Notorious B.I.G. used to wear back in the 90s. Definitely a Cool G sweater. What are your grails regarding kicks? Now, I get asked this question quite frequently and it's always stayed the same. My current grails regarding kicks has to be the Nike Air Max 1 Atmos. If you were to collab with any brand and design a shoe, pick the material, colorway, etc. What brand and shoe model would it be and what would it look like? Now, at the moment, I am really partial to the Diadora N9000s, so I would collaborate with Diadora and they'd be the N9000s. The material would have to be suede. I got myself a pair of N9000s for like the Made in Italy pack from Diadora. The suede on that is absolutely beautiful, love it. Colorway wise, I have no idea. Next question, what's the best cartoon you watched as a kid? Dexter's Laboratory. There are no words for this nostalgia. Can you put up pics of the makes of your clothes so we can cop what we want, like your orange cargo pants? Now that is a really good suggestion. From now on, I'm going to put the makes of all of my clothes in my latest pickup videos, lookbooks, etc., in the description of those respective videos from now on. Thank you for that suggestion. If you could design your own logo, what would it look like? For example, in regards to a clothing brand. Now this is a subject that I do touch on every now and then, but I still have no idea what my logo would look like. I've still got a lot of factors to take into consideration, such as the mood of the brand, what kind of style are you going for. But as soon as I have an answer, I'll circle back to that question. Most expensive piece of clothing you regret buying? One day I went to London and I got myself some orange cargo pants from Supreme. They cost me £115. Now at the time it was an impulse buy, but I have grown to love them, and it taught me a little bit of a lesson, like think about what you're going to buy before you buy it, because an impulse buy is never a good buy. Goodbye. Reebok Classics or Asics Gel Light Freeze. Now I can think of 20 colorways of the Asics Gel Light Freeze that I like and only a couple of the Reeboks. So on those grounds I would have to say the Asics, but Reebok isn't bad either. If you only had to wear one outfit for the rest of your life, what would it be? Palazzo shell suit in a light blue. Makes you look like an absolute G, by the way. Gang, gang. What did you want to be before YouTube? I was just sort of going with the flow and see what happens. And to be honest, I'm still a little bit that way now. There's a little bit of insight into my personality. I have no idea what I'm doing. Could you see yourself going further with you, like in fashion? I definitely hope so. There's a lot of opportunities in fashion and style, the whole industry in general. I would love to have the opportunity to gain more experience in the fashion industry, but unfortunately, I have no idea what form that would take. Opinions on Bronze 56K. Now, I'll be perfectly honest, I had no idea who Bronze was until they did their collaboration with Palace and they've done the skate video. Ever since then, I've really been feeling Bronze 56K. So my opinions on Bronze? Positive. Gang, gang. Longline or nat? Now, longline shirts is a trend that I never really got into. Longline on me doesn't really look good, but if you can pull it off, then you can pull it off. Are you a hype beast? I don't know. I mean, I do like some hype items that come out, but if I can't see myself wearing it, or if it doesn't fit my style, then I wouldn't buy it. So, no. And those are all the questions that we are going to answer today. Again, I just want to give a massive shout out to everyone who asked me a question for this Ask8 video. We've done our 5th Ask8 video. I still think that's pretty crazy. If you like this video, then you can give it a nice little like. If you want to subscribe and see more of what I do, because I do a lot of fashion-based stuff, lifestyle-based stuff, style-based stuff, etc., 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 then you can by using a subscribe button that could be located anywhere on this webpage. If you want to ask me a question for the next Ask8 video, then you can by using the hashtag Ask8, and that is everything. Bye. Nike t-shirt, you're just done now. Now the next thing that I got from the thrift store was another purple Nike t-shirt. This one I like a little bit more because it's a little bit more subtle. You have your timeless Nike swoosh and just do it. You only have one inspirational quote on this t-shirt, which is all you need.